Hi, my name is David, and in today's video I'm going to talk about a brand new product. It's been out there for a while. Today we're talking about laser tattoo paper. Laser tattoo paper is a fantastic product that can be used in many more ways than just the application of skin, but that's of course what it is meant for. Laser tattoo paper is great because it can be used on any regular laser printer, and you can even enhance the benefits of that paper using it with the Ghost White toner cartridges in your HP LaserJet printer or with one of our Ghost White toner printers. This paper is a completely cold two-step process, so we're not using any of our heat presses here today. We're just working here on the table with the tattoo paper. As I just said, it's a two-step paper. By this I mean that we'll have an A sheet which is coated, and we will print on that sheet. We can run that sheet one time or two times to the through the laser printer, really depending on what we want to do. In this video I'm going to do two things. I'm going to print standard monochrome tattoos, which you can do on your white toner printer or on any other black and white laser printer. And I'm going to do multicolor tattoos, which will need a white underprint to really get the colors pop and stick out on the application. The second sheet, the B sheet, is a shiny sheet. You can see that here, which we will apply with a squeegee onto the printed sheet. We will do that in a minute. The only other thing you really need is some scissors to cut out your designs. You can also use a craft cutter if you have one, and you need some water to apply it to your skin or to anything later on. Mentioning the application of tattoo paper, it's not only meant for skin. You can use it on many other items, such as, for example, wood items. You can use it on your guitar, for example. You can use it on glassware. You can use it to color windows or to design any other object, which is not necessarily be to fit under a heat press. Of course, it is not a permanent design, a permanent application, but the tattoo paper lasts quite long. So for the application on skin, the tattoo paper lasts up to 2 weeks, depending on how often you shower, how much you sweat, and how much you rub over the tattoo. Little disclaimer here, the tattoo paper has been tested by the manufacturer for skin sensitivity, and it's supposed to be really fine with any skin type. It's not irritating your skin because there's a layer between the toner, between the print and the actual application on your skin. But if you have a especially sensitive skin, or if you're unsure, we recommend that you just test the tattoo paper with a pretty small patch on your skin. And if you're fine, then it is good. And if not, you can just remove it. If at any point you need to remove the tattoo paper, we recommend to use acetone or baby oil and wash over it multiple times until it's completely off. You can also scratch it off, but that of course will irritate your skin a little bit. As I said, it lasts around 2 weeks depending on how often you shower and wash. Okay, so let's just check out how it is done. I'm taking 2 of the A sheets here and I'm inserting these into my printer. The first print I will run will be a standard black print. I've got my design on the screen and I will show it to you in a minute. So I insert the paper, I make sure that the coated side, which is a little matte and you can feel the coating, is facing up. I close the paper tray and I head over to the computer. If I'm using a standard CMYK or a standard monochrome laser printer, there are basically no settings at all I have to do. The only thing is, if I have designs where it matters that it is correctly applied on the skin, you need to mirror your image first. You can do that in your graphics software, or with most printers you can also do that in the printer driver. So I quickly mirrored my image here. For the paper type with the HP printers, we recommend to use a paper which is here called matte paper or heavy paper. This makes it run through the printer a little slower and gives a little better printing experience. I just quickly flip it horizontally and then I run my print. While the printer is printing, I'm going to show you what we need to do then. So what we have here is the transparent glue, the transparent thing which is applied to the to the print. Just have to confirm this here. All right, there we go. We just fold it over the edge and we can see this is like a sticker, like this, right? We do it like this and you can already see that here is a little coating on the top, and we're going to apply that to the printed tattoos in a minute. So once I've run my print through, that was an old print I had here. Once I've run my print through the printer, you can see it just prints straight black and white, straight solid black color as I intended to be. And then I'm going to apply this, and therefore we're going to make a little close-up here. Okay, for the application, I showed you that I already folded over the edge here a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to lay this on my flat and even workspace, and I'm going to match the corners together like this and just apply it. I can use my squeezy now to really make a firm application. And then I'm going to fold over, grab the edge and have it roll in like this. With the squeezy, I'm going to just squeeze it down firm and properly. Make sure that there are no bubbles. Wipe them all out. Okay. There you go. Okay. That's how easy it is applied. And now I can start cutting off my designs and start applying these tattoos. But before we do that, I'm going to make a second print to show you how you can achieve vibrant and great color prints, color tattoos using Ghost White Toner. Alright, now as I said, we're going to print a multicolor design on the tattoo paper, and we're going to run it with the white toner, the Ghost White Toner, to make the colors pop really. This is also useful if you want to use the paper on any darker surfaces, like for example on wood for, you know, decorating your music instruments, your guitar, your piano, or if you use it as window color, as window cling, you also will need a white underlayer to get the colors matched right depending on your background. To do this, I already prepared my file. I have my colored logos here on screen. I'm printing from a PNG file, which I preloaded in Photoshop, inverted into black and white, and then made a selection of all the logos, and did shrink that selection about 11 pixels and delete the outline so that I have my second layer of every logo being a little bit smaller to avoid registration errors when printing. But first I'm going to print color anyway, so I'll quickly check if I've got the black toner cartridge installed correctly and if I have my laser tattoo paper in the tray. We're always printing from the bottom tray, by the way, and I'm just going to run my print. Same as with the monochrome print in the first part of this video, I'm going to make my layout flipped horizontally, and I'm going to make sure that I have the paper setting on heavy paper, okay? Then I just quickly run my print, and then I'm going to reinsert the paper. So let's have a look what happens here. Printer takes a second, and now it's going to run the print. So when you print with color toner in the first layer, of course you will have no whites in the image. As our skin is usually, white but not like super bright, we will lack all these whites that we might need in our designs. And to avoid that, I'm going to run a second pass with the colors. So here you can see the color print. You can already guess what it should look like when it's applied on the skin. Looks really, really cool. Some old-fashioned tattoo logos. And I'm now going to reinsert that piece of paper. Again, printed side facing up. Make sure that it aligns well. And then I'm going to insert the Ghost White Toner cartridge instead of the black. Taking out the black cartridge and inserting the white cartridge. Great thing about Ghost is, again, the printer does calibrate and clean automatically, so there's nothing you have to do. You just wait these 45 to 60 seconds for the calibration process to run through, and then that's it. In the meantime, I open up my second file and I already make the print settings. Now, remember, we're just printing white. We want to print a white underbase on top of our colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to select Grayscale Printing. This gives us the advantage that when we select Grayscale, the printer will only use the black toner cartridge, but in that spot we have sitting the white toner, so we will only apply a dense layer of white on top of the print. Okay, I'll just quickly select that here. Make sure that I have the same paper setting. So also when you print with the white toner, you want to have heavy paper set for this, especially in the second print run. It makes the paper go through the printer a little slower, and therefore you avoid any seams or any jams or anything. If you want to take a detailed look on how I did prepare the file for the white layer, there's another video which I'm going to link in that info pane here or in the description below, where you can check out how this is done step by step in Photoshop. As it is with those applications, Photoshop or any other graphic software, there are sometimes multiple ways to get to the same result, but I'm showing you at least one how to do it. Okay, once the calibration of the printer is done, I can already send the file to the printer, and then we just wait that little second until it comes out. In the meantime, we can talk a little bit about how the paper is applied. So once we have cut out all our designs from the tattoo paper, we can stock them. So there's no reason for this to be applied in a certain time frame. We can apply the tattoos just when they are needed. So this is something you can really easily prepare for your customers or can have in store for your customers. The applications for the tattoo papers are sheer endless. There's one thing I want to mention here, and that is sports. You can use the tattoo paper fantastic in sports because this is something where you can have multiple logos of a sport team, multiple designs on one sheet of A4 paper. You can sell them to the fans, or you can have them wearing the athletes so that they represent the team even better. And this is a really great application. Think of all the high school football games, think of the soccer season, think of the basketball season, think of triathlon, where every athlete is wearing their starter number as a tattoo or written with a permanent marker on their arms or on their calves when they go into the water. And this is also great. If you're a sports brand or if you have sports brands as customers, this is a great way for the athletes to represent the brand during a race. During a challenge, they can wear the brands on their body, and as this is sweat resistant and water resistant, it will not come off and it will give a good representation. So this is something you can have for your fans, for your teammates, for your athletes, and that's a really, really great application for the tattoo paper. And as I said, it can be applied to many, many other things like wood, like glassware. So there are multiple applications where you actually make a real cool use of this product. Okay, now the print is done, and as we can see here, we have a white layer, so it looks a little matte. I'm holding it into the camera here, right? It looks a little matte. We have a white layer, and as you can see, the white layer is smaller than the color layers, which is what we intended to have to get a good registration. So the process here is the same. We're going to make a little close-up view now of how I apply the B sheet to these prints. All right, the B sheet again is this kind of foily paper. I'm just going to fold over the edge here like this. You can see it. I'm holding the camera, and I started to stick it on the edge. And then I'm using my squeegee to make sure it's really, really sticking. And then I'm going to just use the squeegee to, apply it fully to my printed tattoos. Okay, right? So that's a cold two-step, so nothing for you to worry about how you will have to put this on a heat press or so. So this means this is also something you can do on site for your customers. Let's say you're on a sports event and you're printing these logos, and you can do that on site, you can do that on demand, you even can start personalizing these things. The next step, I'm going to cut out all these designs, and we're going to do that in fast forward so that you don't have to wait all the time. Okay, now we're back with our tattoos. You have seen I've cut out all these different kind of designs. So let me just pick a few. So that's cool, that's good. I mean, they're all cool, but all right. So I'm going to hold these close up into the camera. These are the Monochrome Designs. Of course, the more accurate your cutting is, the less you will transfer a foil layer to your skin, but this is super transparent and super thin. So this is actually a white toner one, and this as well. And you can see the colors look a little dull, but that's because there is a layer of white toner over the color toners, which will look good on the skin. So how is this applied now? So we will apply a few tattoos to my forearm just in a minute, and we're going to do that in close-up mode again so that you can see how it really works. But basically, we will start by peeling off this B sheet, this B foil, which we attached in the first place with the squeezy, and then we will just apply it to our skin, just place it on the desired place, and then we will wet this with a sponge, and once it's thoroughly wet, you will already see that it comes off, and then you can just, you know, have it on your skin, and then it's applied. So we will do that in a minute. We're going back to close-up mode so that you can really see what happens. Decision-making process, I'm going to apply the cross, monochrome black, so that you see that one, and I'm going to apply that lion here with the multicolor so that you can see this as well. Okay, see you in close-up. Okay, now that we've done all our cutting, I can put these tattoos over here. All right, there you go. Don't need the scissor anymore. And now we're going to apply these two tattoos. As I said, what we're going to do is we're going to just, you know, peel off this layer, but I'm first going to roll up my sleeve so that we have enough space to place this. Make sure the skin is dry and clean, and then we can apply this. So I'm starting with the single black and white one. So as you can see, you just, you know, peel this off. It's like sticker paper basically, and you immediately start feeling that it is sticky. Then you just, you know, take a look where you want to apply it. Okay, maybe I want to have it here like this. Okay, and then you're going to take that sponge and you're going to wet your arm. You're going to wet the skin, wet it throughoutly. You can see how it soaks in the water, just like this. Okay, and I think we're already there. Then you just lift it off carefully. You can literally like slide it off, and there you've got your tattoo. You can still move it a little bit around until like it's wet, and then you take some paper to make it dry. And there you go. Got applied the tattoo, and we're going to do the second one directly as well. So I'm going to peel off this one here. All right, there you go. It's sticky immediately, so make sure you know what you do. Stick it on, you know, it sticks to your skin immediately, and then again, make sure it gets wet throughoutly. You can use a sponge or a wet towel. You don't need like tremendous amounts of water, but it's easier with the sponge. And once you got that, you can, you know, start sliding it away like this, just like this, and there you go. And here you can already see the effect of the white toner. So this is solid black, this is just black toner, it's a monochrome print. And here you can see that we get actually a very good color reproduction, and we get the tiger's nose or the lion's nose in white, and this would normally reflect my skin tone because it would be transparent on a standard laser printer. So that's how you get it. I'm going to try a little close up here so that you can see it. It's a bit shiny. The shininess goes away once the tattoo is on for about I would say 24 hours, right? Of course, the more solid the blocks of color are, the more likely it is to crack. But once it's applied, it's really, really on the skin, and it can be seen really, really good. So I hope you like that. All right, you can see the white toner here coming through and the blacks here coming through as well. You can see that it does transfer a little bit of the layer where it's printed, but there's actually no toner or no print touching my skin, because there's a thin layer which was as an adhesive on this here, so that doesn't really happen. I will give you a few more informations in the regular mode again. Okay, now that I have applied my tattoos, I can wear them for up to 2 weeks. Again, as I just said, these will last for 14 days approximately, depending on how often I shower and how often I do sports, I sweat, and of course how much I rub over this. The shininess of the tattoos goes away about 24 hours after it's been applied. So if you don't like that it's so shiny, then it's okay. It also really depends on the light. The light in here is pretty bright, so it really depends on. So this is how the tattoo paper is applied, and you could see the great benefits that you have from using white toner as getting real good color reproduction here with the white, and of course also all kinds of halftones, all kinds of different tones. If you want to see what an older tattoo looks like with the tattoo paper, I just roll up my sleeve a little more. You can see this tattoo is a little older. I'm not 100% sure how long it's been on there, but as you can see, it rubbed off a little bit here, and it's not that shiny anymore, but it's still there, and I had to roll my sleeves over it several times. So this is the great applications of tattoo paper on skin, but as I said, you can use it in many other ways. It's totally compatible with all Ghost White Toner, Ghost CMYK cartridges, and the Ghost White Toner printers, the Little Ghost bundle or the Big Ghost bundle. It's available only in A4 at the moment, but as I said, you can fit many items on one A4 sheet. This is usually going to be used with multiple items on one sheet and not only with single items. It's a cold process where you don't need to use any heat presses. This means you can do it on sports games, on shows, on sites, wherever you are. You can just quickly print your designs. You can customize tattoos for customers and sell them off. You can store these once you have produced the tattoos and cut them out. You can just have them on stock and just use them when you need them. As it is a cold process, you don't need to bring a heat press. Two-step process makes it easy for you to print 2 times with the Ghost printer to get the white layer. And again, you can apply it to multiple items such as wood, music instruments, glassware, and other stuff. I hope you liked the video. Please leave us a thumbs up below, and thanks for watching. See you next time.